If you are connecting a 3.3 volt ESP32 to a 5 volt sensor, you cannot just connect the signals together. So today, instead of talking too much theory, let's build it and see what happens. I have an ESP32, a TX-S01-080 level shifter, and an HC-SR04 sensor. The job of this little IC is simple. It sits between two different logic voltage domains. The ESP32 works at 3.3 volts. The sensor works at 5 volts, and the level shifter sits between them. This is the TX-S0108E from Texas Instruments. It has 8 channels and can translate signals in both directions automatically. The A side is our low voltage side, and the B side is our high voltage side. So for this setup, VCCA goes to 3.3 volts, VCCB goes to 5 volts, and all grounds are connected together. Now let's use just one channel. A 1 is connected to an ESP32 GPIO-B1 is connected to the trigger input of the sensor. That's our basic connection. Now let's power everything up. The ESP32 is generating a 3.3 volt logic signal. That signal reaches A1. The level shifter translates it, and the signal appears on B1 at the higher logic level, so the 5 volt sensor can receive the signal correctly. And that's the whole idea. We don't need a complicated circuit here. The level shifter simply gives us a proper interface between the two devices. I'm deliberately not going deep into how the ultrasonic sensor works. For this video, the HC-SR04 is simply our 5 volt digital device. The interesting part is what is happening between the ESP32 and the sensor, and this same idea can be used with many other 5 volt digital devices. There is one more pin worth knowing about. OE, or output enable. OE is active high. Low disables the translator and high enables it. In a real design, I would normally keep OE low during startup with a pull-down resistor and then enable it from the ESP32 after initialization. This prevents the translator from becoming active before the system is ready. Now what about the signal going the other way? The TX-S0108E is bidirectional. So a signal from the 5 volt side can also be translated toward the 3.3 volt side. The HC-SR04, for example, has an echo output. That is a 5 volt signal, so it should not be connected directly to an ESP32 GPIO. Instead, we can use another suitable channel of the level shifter. For today's demonstration, I'm using only one channel so we can keep the setup simple. Now here is the part that is more important than simply connecting the wires. Should you always use a TX-S0108E? No. The correct level shifter depends on the signal you are dealing with. For example, if I'm working with an I2C bus, I would normally choose a dedicated I2C translator such as the PCA9306. If I need direction-controlled push-pull signals, an SN74LiVo-VC2T45 can be a better choice. And if I simply need to convert a 3.3 volt push-pull signal to a 5 volt logic signal, an SN74AHCT125 is a very practical option. So don't select a level shifter just by looking at the input and output voltage. First ask, what type of signal is it? Is it push-pull? Is it open drain? Is it bidirectional? How fast is it? And what is connected to the output? Those questions will tell you much more than simply saying 3.3 volts to 5 volts. There is also an important limitation with this type of translator. It is meant for compatible logic signals. It is not an interface for something like a 24 volt industrial sensor. If you have an industrial signal, you may need protection, filtering, isolation, or a dedicated interface circuit before it reaches the level shifter. So always look at the actual electrical environment. And one quick practical point about signal quality. The TXS0108E has fast signal edges. With short connections, this is usually fine, but with long wires or high capacitance loads, you can get ringing or overshoot. A series resistor can sometimes help, but don't blindly add a 33 ohm resistor to every signal. The value depends on the actual circuit. If your signal is clean, you may not need one. The important thing to remember is this. A level shifter is not just about changing voltage. You need to match the translator to the signal and the application. The TXS0108E is convenient because it gives you 8 channels and automatic bidirectional translation, but it is only one option. Choose the device based on what your signal actually needs. So if you're building an ESP32 project and the peripheral uses 5-volt logic, don't just connect the wires and hope it works. Use the right interface. In this case, the TX-S0108E gives us a simple way to bridge the two logic domains. If this video helped you, hit the like button, subscribe to CircuitCrackers for more practical electronics and hardware design, and tell me in the comments which 5-volt device you want to interface with your ESP32. Until next time, keep building, keep learning, and keep cracking circuits.